I think most people who start a YouTube channel have some kind of experience in either filming or editing or writing or at least being on screen. And I decided to start a YouTube channel without having any of that.
Are we not in the same mode?
How about this angle?
Why am I saying that?
Do we like this angle better?
Going forward.
Now we're at 75% in brightness.
What do I want to say here?
Alright.
Blinds closed.
Recording in 4K.
The ND filter is now at 4.
Camera got a little upset. Well, now I don't know what I've said and didn't say.
It feels so real when you hit the record button.
Color changes.
Yeah,
Like this.
it'll adjust.
I guess I'm just going to keep going.
It says 5.3K, so it's in 5K.
Pretty much every week I sit down to write a script and then I find myself immediately Googling, how does one write a script? And I think I've come to terms with the idea that there is no correct way of writing a script or doing any of this really. You just have to show up every day and start making. I'm constantly surprised to learn that the greatest artists and writers and singers that I know still feel like they don't know what they're doing. But the ones that are really great at their craft show up and just start making every day, even when they don't feel like it. So this past month, I finally stopped Googling everything and just started writing. Every day. I think today is day 37. For about 30 minutes each morning, I just start writing whatever comes to my mind. 98% of the time, none of it makes sense. And then there's like 1% of the time that I feel like there's an idea that I really like and then I end up completely hating it later. And the other percent feels like maybe it's something, but I don't know what to do with it. So that's what this is here. I've always been a creative person, but allowing myself to create for my own projects has been way different than creating for a job. Because when you have a creative job, you're given the direction or at least a goal. But when it's for yourself, then you get to choose the direction and the goal, and that's just been an odd and unfamiliar feeling for myself that I'm still trying to work out. And then sometimes I just feel completely overwhelmed with the amount of things I still need to learn in order to make these videos. It's not just hitting record on a camera. There's lighting and audio and color correction and frame rates and even just learning how to level the tripod. I guess I'm learning how much more in-depth and intricate all of these things are. And yet I'm loving this deep dive into learning about how all of this works. I think the reason that I burned out in production work is because I actually like the work. I love watching tutorials on how every button on my camera works and learning all the keyboard shortcuts for the editing software that I'm using. But at some point, I have to stop watching the tutorials and brainstorming and theorizing and just make a video. Even if the color correction's off, even with bad audio clips, and I know there will be plenty of them, but kind of like learning how to ride a bike or make your first loaf of sourdough. You could read all you want about it, but at some point, you just have to start.